Hi everyone, Dr. Daryl Elmore here. I just wanted to check in with you guys and offer a video message with a little bit of feedback on what's been going on in the course so far as we head into spring break next week. So let me make this as quick as I can. I did want to thank Pair 4, Armel and Sierra. Thank you for giving us some sources to look at on straws and plastic waste. And thank you, Pair 5, Alicia and Kat, also talking about plastics and their effect on marine animals. Talking about pathos in the rhetorical triangle. I always feel very, very empathetic for animals when I see those pictures of seabirds or sea turtles trapped in plastic or ingesting lots of plastic. I get very depressed seeing these things. Yeah, this semester, as some of you all have pointed out, some of the facts and information we're presented with when thinking about the environment is very sobering and can be challenging. But at the same time, hopefully, nice, bright young scholars like you can maybe change the world. Good. So the readings, we are in a second textbook now, Retreat from a Rising Sea. And many of you have offered really, really good comments in your discussion posts about Miami and other coastal cities that are already thinking about sea level rise. So thank you for your discussions and your posts on that. I did want to comment that I looked at your topics for the longer paper and all of them look great. Some of you have narrowed it down to 2 or 3 possibilities and they all look good. Some of you will be developing your 2-page papers, which I also just recently graded, and you'll be developing those into longer research papers. So if that's the case, I'll probably offer you some suggestions on what to include in the longer versions. Please feel free, this is a multimedia world, please feel free to include images and hyperlinks and things like that in your writing projects. So the 2-page papers, some of you already did do them as sort of information type posters, which I like that too. And some of you did them as papers and some of you did them as creative projects. I was glad to see a wide variety. Some of the topics you guys covered were water pollution, noise pollution, air pollution, climate change and wildfires, climate change and animals, climate change and electric vehicles. There was a project on monarch butterflies. I thank you for teaching me that milkweed is necessary for monarch butterflies. I may be planting some of that soon. In my previous house, I had what are called butterfly trees, these big bushes that have these firecracker orange and red flowers, and butterflies love them. I used to get all kinds of butterflies, monarchs, the yellow ones, the zebra colored ones, and every once in a while I would get the ones that have a black wings with iridescent blue on the wings and bright orange bodies. Those are just beautiful. So yeah, and I've been to Butterfly World down the road here. And speaking of sea level rise, that was a factor when I just recently moved, and I had been in a flood zone previously, and my backyard had flooded frequently. So one of the factors I thought of when buying a new house is I definitely searched for something in a higher flood-free area. Of course, in South Florida, floods are possible anywhere, but my zone is less likely mathematically to be hit. Something to consider. I appreciate Christina. You did something creative. You did a monologue addressing Mother Earth. That was beautiful. Kyra also did something creative. Let's see. It says here a few moments of, let's see. Oh, there were some moments of joy and some moments of disappointment in the Hawaiian beaches. And another beach narrative. Samantha, good job comparing the beach then in your childhood and now, with some good and some sad things. Very interesting. A couple of other notes real quick. I'm glad that you enjoyed the Ron Finley talk. I'm glad some of you all liked or found interesting some of the music videos I posted. That's the only discussion I haven't graded yet. I'm going to go back and do that after spring break because I want to take my time and look at all the music videos you all posted. I love to see new music that's new and interesting and thoughtful. So thank you for posting on that. Let's see. I have some notes here about, let's see, Armel and Alicia, Katrina, Greta, among others, are vegans or vegetarians. That's interesting. Many of you posted that time is a big factor when it comes to eating choices, and I agree, definitely. Sierra's family started growing vegetables during the COVID era. Samantha, let's see, the family had to stock up on 4 weeks of canned veggies. Oh, because when she was growing up, they lived, I believe, far away from the store. And of course, canned vegetables have sodium and they're processed. Interesting. Christina talked about our eating choices are affected by psychological factors. Very, very good point. And one question I thought was, how has COVID affected our diets? Interesting question. Natalie's family goes to farmers markets. That's great. There's one right down the road from me that I have yet to go to. Ana Sedeno talked about heirloom vegetables. They're self-pollinating. So thank you for teaching me about that. I always learn new things when I take this class. Thank you for presenting that. Lindsay talked about Farmer Nick on Instagram, who chops off pieces of vegetables and eats them, such as romaine, and then puts the bottom of them, plants them, and then regrows them. That's a great idea because I eat romaine every week. And then Ana Hidalgo, thank you for mentioning that your family plants food too. So I'm really enjoying getting to know you guys virtually, and the class, I'm enjoying your thoughts, your posts, your discussions, your observations, your research. So I do coach you now and then on how to edit or improve your drafts or papers and projects. So as we continue doing projects this semester, I will continue to do that, and I hope you find it helpful. And one last thing, community service. The community service, remember, has two parts to it. Number one, participate in some way. I know some people have more time than others, so it's completely up to you. If all you have time for is to design a flyer or create a GoFundMe page and you're done, that's fine. That's participation. Part two is later I will ask you to blog about your experience and to do a little research on it. But those of you who do have time, we have a basketball tournament coming up on March 13th, Sunday. If anybody wants to come along and film or participate or support us, come buy some Gatorades and just have fun watching us. That'd be great. We have a beach cleanup scheduled. Hopefully some of you can attend that too. And many of you who are online and some of you are remote and not in South Florida, feel free to do your own community service. It could be anything. And then you can just tell us about your experience in your blog later. So that's it. I'm sorry this is such a long video, but I don't get any face-to-face time with you guys, so I do like to communicate. I did have one student Zoom talk with me recently from your class, and that was great. I love it. Feel free to ask me to Zoom chat with you guys. I do like to have that interaction. And I will email you also about an opportunity to meet face-to-face with a guest speaker for our class too. So thank you so much. This is one of my favorite classes I teach. And again, I'm learning from you guys. So thank you. Spring break is coming. Have a wonderful time. Be safe. Enjoy. Bye-bye.